So, John F. Kennedy Jr. Went on Tucker Carlson's show and basically said that the only reason he is not interviewed is because Big Pharma and other big corporations, and particularly the vaccine companies, are silencing him. Ooh. So, how the hell did you get on Tucker Carlson if they're silencing you then? You see, this betrays the reality of shall we say, Junior here. He basically, back in 2005, when he first started talking about anti-vax stuff, was that he wrote an article for Salon and Rolling Stone. Now, in the history of these two publications, both Salon and Rolling Stone had to publish the most retractions ever, to a point where I can't remember if it was, I think it might have been Salon's editor at the time, had to write a letter of apology to his readers for printing so much false and inaccurate information, because he was accusing the CDC of a conspiracy of silence not to talk about this, which again is ludicrous, because the CDC, for example, doesn't operate in the UK, it doesn't operate in France, it doesn't operate in Spain, it doesn't operate in, Scandinavia, India, Japan. Okay? So, why then haven't these other organisations noticed it? And instead, they've published numerous peer-reviewed studies showing that vaccines are safe. You see, it's not that, vaccine companies are keeping him off the air. It's himself that is keeping him off the air. He is someone who, if he actually had a sit-down talk with an actual immunologist, very quickly you'd see why. This whole system has got him in a belief system, as we covered back when he issued his infamous Mercury challenge. Remember, in the rules, it clearly said that if it was his belief, he could reject it, and that he has had the final say-so. So, what I would love to see is someone who is an immunologist actually sit down and talk to him, and actually go through with him this kind of stuff. Now, ironically, that would make a really good TV program, if there are any, producers out there watching. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But this is, once again, goes on to show that these anti-vaxxers are just ludicrous and are caught in something of their own beliefs. For example, one of the things that, and one of the new tactics that they're doing is, oh, I'm not anti-vaccine, I'm actually pro, but I'm vaccine safety. Well, vaccines, just like medicines, go through numerous tests to test that they are safe and that they work. So, they are not allowed to release them to the market until they can show these studies and prove that these studies are viable. So, and then you get into his comments where he's said things like that. And then he's compared vaccinations to the Holocaust, because, apt, analogy there. And it's just, this is why the mainstream media doesn't do interviews with him. Because in reality, JFK Jr. here, or shall we say yeah, I can't. Sorry, my mind's wandered now, but yeah. Basically, to sum it up, he's an idiot, really, and the news sites, newspapers, interviewers don't want to get egg on their face when they realise that they've had a guy who's, promoted wrongful information on. And I probably see in the future Tucker Carlson probably get someone who's pro-vaccine on, but,